A couple of people in the waiting room here.
Corey said to let him zoom in. I'm not sure what he means by that.
Admit. Yeah, I got it. Admit. Okay. Hey, guys. Sorry about that. There he is.
Yellow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Ricky, are you there?
I am here.
Sweet. Do you have some? I don't know what you guys are chatting it up about, but are you?
I just let a couple guests in. That was really it. I was actually looking at a car here on the other screen. I was trying to buy this week and trying to get a Gladiator, and they don't have the color I want. So yeah, let's open it up though and kick this off here if that's cool.
Yeah. So Scott, Ricky, if you have a deal for to analyze or anything that you got upcoming today, let's just look at it right now.
Okay.
Scott the Machine can make it happen.
Yeah, we'll run through it together and try to help you craft an offer that you can go get a contract on today.
That's right. Let's get it.
Find one here. Can we share the screen or how does that work? We're just talking.
No, just
sure.
Drop the address in the chat.
But if you could just, tell me what the situation here, I guess, is so the address is probably not as important as the situation or what the seller is looking for to make the offer. So, yeah, maybe just bring me up to speed on what's the market value or what the seller is looking for. And we can try to take it from there. This is your first one on here this week. So,
Ricky,
the address is probably less important.
Yeah, I can help you underwrite it. Yeah, just kind of talk to Scott about the situation. Like I said, we can help you craft that. He can help you craft the offer.
Yeah, no, we put together an offer on this one, and I talked to the lady yesterday, and she seemed good on the numbers, but she didn't give the okay. She didn't give the firm yes right then. So I was just kind of thinking of strategies, when they do that, when they say basically the let me think answer, how do you press them maybe a little bit more or going into that ahead of time, saying, hey, set it up for, we need to do this today, or we would like to get it signed today. Something I was thinking about this morning.
Okay.
For that.
So earlier this week, I discussed something called a upfront contract. Okay. And, I'm happy to drop that in here again, but just, give me a second. Share. I'm pretty sure it's on the second page here. Yeah, it says decision maker on it. So basically you want to, let's just say, let's anticipate we're going to have that conversation with everyone, right? So how do we address that? Well, we address it in the beginning so that it can't pop its head up later on. And if it does, well, we already discussed that earlier, so we have something to fall back on, right? And you can certainly, go through this document at your leisure, but if you just quickly jump down to page 2 here, sort of right in the middle of the page there, and in all capital letters says decision maker. Okay. And if you can just go through this right here, just in real clarity, what I'm trying to do is avoid a let me think about it type thing, right? So if you scroll through the decision maker, that leads right into upfront contract, right? And we're really just telling someone, just tell me yes, tell me no, just don't tell me maybe, or I'll think about it. Okay. If you're the decision maker and you're really wanting to sell this property, can we reach a decision, whether it's no or yes? All right. But I can't do business on a maybe, or I'll think about it. So let's address what has you at maybe now. Let's turn it into a no. Well, let's turn it into a yes, right? You'll never hear from me again, or let's get a contract type attitude. So that later on, right, after you're going through this, I don't know, let me think about it. No, you told me that you can make a decision.
Sweet.
Hey, Rick, how are you? How are you doing today?
Not bad, not bad. Not bad. I hurt myself, so I had to go get massage.
That's why you went for the rub and tug?
Yeah.
I hear you, man. I would have done the same thing.
So anyway, so I did get a email from Francis Love about a purchase contract. That's already got the revisions the numbers you were talking about you were going to work with?
So here's two things I can do, and you just pick your poison, pick your pleasure. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure.
The short answer is yes. I can do the 2.7 on the interest. But let me just explain to you what I'm looking at, right?
Okay.
And I definitely, I appreciate you looking out for me. I'd rather put money in your pocket or keep it in mine than give it to a bank, right? So let's. I appreciate that, and I hope we can work on some other properties together. All right. With this one here, I can go up to the 2.7 interest. It's not a problem. I can do it for the length of the term until I cash you out. Not a problem. That would help me avoid having to obviously, pay them $10K to close this thing out. I don't mind closing it out and just being done with them. It's fine. I have my own lines that I can use on this. So it's kind of like a toss up in the air, right? So I'm more than happy to give you this. Can you help me with the roof on the property? Maybe with insurance.
What do you help you with?
Put the insurance in on the roof.
Oh, good. Clean?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't know.
Well, I'm paying the insurance on this property. You're not paying it any longer. I just need to go ahead with the claim.
No, I understand that. I'm just talking about you're making a claim.
What do you have, a blanket policy?
Yeah.
You don't have individual?
No, I have individual, but it's all from one company. I unfortunately can only get it through one company.
Okay. Well, look, I don't need the answer right now, but
let me think about it.
Out there, right?
What they're talking about.
Yeah, I'm happy to put money in your pocket. Believe me, right? So just because it sounds like I got to do a roof anyway, right? So if I have to do the roof, whether it's this week or next year, and I have to pay you interest on top of that, it's just squeezing me. It's squeezing me here. So if I can get some relief, from the insurance on the roof.
$13,000. That roof, a new roof is minimum $13,000.
13 on that house, huh?
Yeah.
You already have quotes on that? It's not going to be 6.
Oh yeah, no, I was going to put a roof on it. I just didn't have the money. Then I thought about roofing. I could do a roof over at my house for about 11. But if you're going to go through the expense,
no.
Get it,
right. I'll get a guaranteed roof. No, I'm with you.
Yeah. Well, a roof over, it's just another
right.
roof. If there's no
What's the real problem with this roof? Is it just the age that you don't like? So is it the color? What you're the one that planted this in my head to begin with.
Right, I did. That's who I am. For 18 years. 18-year taps never really last 18 years. They start falling apart around 13. 15 is a long time to have them. I'm way beyond both of those. And so I thought, well, it's going to be eventually to change the roof, so I might as well do it now if I can. I thought I could because I was going to try and sell it. So I started getting a bunch of bids, this, that, and the other. But when it came to financing at the time, I had just lost my job, so I a job that I was working, so I couldn't get that kind of financing. And since I had already started that ball rolling, in dire straits, I had to get some kind of financing, which is why I got the sale.
I'd love to just close this thing out and be done with them.
Yeah, well, we could talk about that too, but you know, when you say you're gonna lose 10 grand, that's you.
I
You
know,
don't have
I
to,
know,
but if it's something you want to do,
I know,
that's on you.
I know.
I don't really look forward to. I would do it, but I didn't. You know, it's not something that I only really considered it because I thought about the 10 grand. I was like, no sense. I won't give it to the bank. They already got their rate commissions and interest and all that. So I really didn't want to give them 10 grand as a penalty.
No, I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
It's kind of they just
Anyway,
like
so
stick it in.
that's where we're at. If you can do it, that's good. I'll do it. You know, but I can't.
Would you mind at least seeing what that would look like?
Yeah, no, I'll definitely take a look at it.
You know,
No, without checking it out. But
if it's really that bad, you know, it's a stretch for me. But I'll come up in my payments to you then, if that's what it is. You know, I won't leave you hanging on it. You know, but if I can avoid having to come out of pocket on it, that's kind of what I'm saying. You know.
Hey, if I can keep it 100% real, right now, the only thing that's making me hesitant is the fact that I got a million things going on, and how am I going to find the time to go contact the insurance company and give them, have them give me what they're going to charge, start getting quotes from other places. I think it's going to take a few minutes.
Well, honestly, Love would handle that. She can provide you with a limited power of attorney, and she can handle that. Not a problem. Yeah. That's why we have her do all this legwork, my man. And look, if you hit it off with her, look, she's not an employee of mine, okay? She's an independent gal. We connected about a year and a half ago, and she's amazing, right? So if you want to use her on any of your projects going forward, you know, I have no contract with her or anything like that. I do a case-by-case basis, so you're more than welcome to connect with her. She's great.
All right, thanks a lot. I appreciate that.
All right, but yeah, you put her on these types of tasks.
Yeah, I'm pulling. I gotta grab my wallet. I accidentally forgot I'm out doing errands. So, if you don't mind, what I'm gonna do is just have her text me or email me that document, and I will try and print it someplace as quickly as I can.
You don't need to print it. Come on, it's 2022. You can digital DocuSign. Print it. What are you talking about?
There you go. Yeah. Look at an old man.
All good. All right, so we'll get started on that, and then just let's see how this plays out, and then we can make our decisions after we have all the facts.
Yes, that's exactly what's on.
All right, I love it. All right, enjoy your day. Stay busy. I know you will.
I will.
Take care. Bye bye.
Yeah.
All right, so that actually was an interesting. I made an offer on a property that seller had. He wound up selling it somewhere else, right? So he got a better cash offer. They closed. He has another property. It's a duplex. That's what I'm working on here. So this is a cash flowing property. It's occupied on both sides. There is a note on the property, right? So I gave him a couple of offers basically, and we're just trying to work through it right now. So one of my offers has no interest on it. He asked me for some interest, which I can do. But again, I'd like to see him take care of this, roof that basically needs, to be replaced. There's not enough spread on it really for to make a concession and still give him cash at closing. So we're just playing that out right now. And like you said, he's a busy guy, but I'll send an LPOA and we'll have the transaction coordinator, reach out to the insurance, and they can reach out to anyone at that point. I'll try to get some of these numbers and see what that would look like. Right? What does a claim like this look like to my bottom line? Right? Does it affect my payment $50 a month, or have I been with you 10 years and so we'll get a deal either way out of him, one way or another that we go. But
yeah. So I think takeaway from that is you didn't just give him it, right? You didn't just go, yeah, I can do 2.7. You said I can do 2.7, but you gotta do something for me, right?
Right.
It was
Yeah.
give and take,
Yeah. Yeah.
Just something Ricky and I have been talking about and that we've been working on, right?
On this one here, he's got a $197,000 commercial loan that he took out only a few months ago. And if he closes that out before 5 years, there's a $10,000 penalty on his end, right? So if I were to buy this property, right, he's got to pay 10 out of pocket for it, right? So we said, let's keep it alive, right? Let's keep it open, right? I'll make those payments, right? And I'll give you some cash at close, and then, you know, the balance of your equity, I'll do on a 10-year note for you, right? So,
Dude,
a 10-year balloon, actually. So
absolutely love that, dude.
So it'll probably come into will be a 10-year balloon, interest only payments, a sub 2 interest only payment to the seller with the 10-year balloon, and
so you're paying 2.7 on the equity only, on the 2 point interest
no,
only.
it would be I gave him a purchase price of $350,000 minus $197,000. I'll tell you what it works out to now. 1 second.
So you're the 2.7 interest only is on the whole.
No, just on his equity. No,
just on his equity. Okay.
Yeah, just only his equity. The payments, the payments to the bank, you know, insurance, taxes, everything. It's like I don't know, whatever it is off the top of my head. I it'll still cash flow for us. So you know.
So you're only paying 2.7 on the part you wrap. Got it.
Yeah, only on his equity or 0, right? Depending, because if I just close it out altogether, he only wanted to be paid for that if I was carrying the note. You know, if I was still, you know, carrying that bank, right? So
yeah, got it.
I could still give him. I think it came out to like 50 grand cash at close, so he was happy.
Wow, that's awesome. Great stuff.
Or something.
That's a high level right there for everybody watching. Beautiful. Okay.
Were you guys able to hear him? Did I have this?
Yes and no.
It was a little tough with my noise canceller. All right, I'll get a new headset for this. If we're gonna make a thing of this, I'll get a different headset.
I don't know if it's the heads. Yeah, I'm not sure 100%, but yeah, we'll toy with that. Anyway, great stuff. And just how did you come across this guy? Just was this a?
He was again, I found him from a different property.
Right. How did you get?
That was a Zillow Fizbo.
Love it. Mm-hmm. And you just asked him, you got any other property? You didn't get that one, but you're like, let me get.
Well, actually, he offered it to me when I called him on Monday. I said, all right, you know, Rap City loan. Let's I'll get the paperwork out to you and everything. He's like, I sold it. You sold it? What do you mean you sold it? We talked on Friday afternoon. What are you talking about? You sold it? Well, I took an offer. I got my ass 140. I'm like, all right, good for you, man. What else you got? You know?
Yeah.
I didn't really think he sold it. I thought he was going to call me in 2 weeks and say, these guys got out of the contract, you know? So I just like, oh, great job, man. Good work for you. Have anything else? You know, anyone else that's selling? You know?
Exactly.
And he said, well, actually, I wasn't going to put it on the market yet because it needed a roof, right? And it's occupied. So that's how this got started.
I love it, dude. And you calculated his equity based on the cash flow, right? Meaning you crunched the numbers, or you actually comparing.
In this case here, so actually, if I went by his rents are low, right, for the area. His rents are low, but there's actual duplexes very similar to his property all in this neighborhood, right? So
okay. So you have actual
easy comp, yeah.
Okay. Because normally
for fact, the property is a fair price. I'm paying $350 on the property on terms. That's a fair retail price today, 2022, no problem. Even $380. There's one right down the street that went off. So I'm giving him $350 with terms, and the property is going to cash flow. These tenants will be out before the end of the year, and you know,
got it.
You'll have higher paying renters in there.
Great situation. Love it.
He actually cut a deal with one of the tenants. The tenant was like a painter or something, so he had that tenant paint the whole place and gave her like a $300 price discount for the year. You know, so
awesome. Love it.
Rent's going back up, or you're getting out. So.
There you go.
Hello? Who's that?
My son likes this too.
What's up, Junior? Oh man, in the pink car, you like Cameron. Yeah.
Got
Love
his
it.
sister's car. All right. Well, great. So let's open the floor. All right, I'm gonna mute myself. Let's open the floor back up and see what we got.
Yeah, I think Ricky, you want to look at this one here in Richland, in Houston?
We can, but I got another question because I was looking at that sales trade. What are some strategies for getting asking price? Because a lot of these, they don't give an asking price, and especially on the cold call, they're like, why
Who doesn't
you
give an
called
asking
me
price?
asking price of the property? A lot of people will approach and say, oh,
Well, they
well,
don't want to sell. If you don't have a price, you don't want to sell.
so is that what you say? Oh, if you're not giving me an asking price, then you're not really serious about selling. And
How serious are you about selling? I mean, you got to say it the right way. I mean, look, give me a number, Scott. Well, let me just understand. If you don't sell this property in the next 30 to 60 days, does that, what happens to you? What's the situation? Oh, it's no big deal. I'll just keep living here.
Not motivated.
not motivated. Okay. So really, if they're not giving an active price, they're not serious about selling or making a decision. They're just kicking the tires to see what we're.
Look, think about yourself. If I asked to buy anything that you owned, right, any possession that you have, and I said, hey, is this for sale? And you say, well, name me a price. What would you pay me for it, Scott? Well, honestly, I'll pay you what you want if I can. So just tell me what you want, and
Right.
if I can do it, I'll tell you. If I can't do it, I'll tell you that also. So that's the upfront contract.
Right. Upfront contract. Nice.
That's it. Every time. Right? Sell me your chair. How much? I don't know. I'll think about it. What do you mean you think about it? You just asked to buy my chair, right? Give me a number. Like,
Yeah.
Makes sense.
So Ricky, that's like when, like I said, when we set the stage, like Scott sets the stage in a way that, or whatever end in mind decision, right, Scott? He sets the stage in a way that he ain't messing around. He's going to let you know exactly how this call is going to go. And if it doesn't go that way, then he's going to phrase it as, well, it doesn't seem like you're that serious. And if you're not that serious, I don't want to waste time with you. I mean, that's pretty much.
Yeah, I don't want to waste your time. If you have no intention about
Exactly.
selling your house that you just installed a pool on and you're looking forward to 4th of July barbecue, tell me. Right? Like, there's other houses. It's all good.
Exactly.
If you want to sell, give me your number. Let me see if I can do it. Let me go talk to my boss. That's way more than I can do. Well, I'll talk to my boss. I'll come back to you with,
Got it. Love it. Ricky, is that you?
Yeah, because the pain is when they don't get a number and you don't press them for it, and then you come back with a number. And they're, oh, I was thinking way more than that. I was at this. Is like, why didn't you tell me that 5 minutes ago? So I need
They want to
press
waste your
them.
time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Press them more on the. I like that upfront contract setting the stage. Nice. So cool. Cool.
And I don't think it's crazy, to use that phrasing. Like, hey, I'm looking for an upfront contract. I mean, as you work to
just be
implement
upfront
it.
with each other. We're two real people.
Exactly. There's nothing wrong with being extremely blunt about exactly what you're doing, right? So
I'll tell you if I can't do your number, just do the same for me.
boom.
That's it.
I like the way that sounds. I'll tell you if I can do the number and you tell me the same.
Yeah, don't please, anyone that's on here, don't make this any bigger than it is, right? This is just a regular conversation with anyone at the grocery store or, at your kid's soccer game. It's don't make this, such a big deal, right?
Right.
You don't need to high pressure these people into anything, right? There's so many people that want to sell and want a number. Like, I spent years convincing people. I used to sell stocks on Wall Street, and coming into this, it's just such a breath of fresh air to really just like help people out. And you either want it or you don't, right? Can we work a number or not? All good. I'm not gonna make you sell me your house, or you're not gonna make me buy your house. Like,
Exactly. All right, great stuff. Dalton, did you have anything you wanted to look at? You may be working. If not, I mean, we're pretty much, I mean, we wanted to keep
time. All right.
I mean, we're not out of time, but yeah, I mean, I think we should try to keep these to 45 minutes.
Sure. Let me just, Ricky, that one you sent here, that's the right address, 8117 Richland Drive, Houston.
Yeah,
Property's on the market.
yeah, she's got it on the market. They've done they bought it and done a flip on it. But I don't think it's moving, so she's looking for some.
Do you have any
Cash flow.
updated photos on this property?
Let me see if she sent the.
This is what I'm seeing. I just dropped in the chat, so I'm just curious. You have something more up to date than that? I mean, these are before and after pictures. The property was sold back in 2015. It was listed 67 days ago. Looks like it was listed with the same photos from what I see here. Let's see, here's Zillow. I'll jump on to maybe Zillow's got updated photos. Yeah, okay, yeah, it's all updated. Yep, so that's all that photo right there. 225. Yeah, yeah, I don't know what the seller wants out of this, but it looks like they're looking for retail on a flip. So,
Yeah, I'm trying to find it.
no, I have the photos. They're on Zillow. But, yeah, this is a full retail deal. So unless you wanted to make a specifically creative offer, they would have to hold a note. Did you ask them, if they're willing to take payments, pay some now or pay some later?
No, we haven't got that far with them. We got them told them at 180, 190 yesterday. I'm trying to find the lady.
Yeah, so Ricky, let's start implementing that. When you see a house, because I remember you have it. I was listening to this call with you yesterday. If you were complimented on the door, nice flip, this, that. He told you, hey, I put a boatload of money into it. So at that point, right there and then, this guy's not taking a wholesale price, so no problem. So at that point, you need to flip that switch and go immediately to the, well, can I pay some now, pay some later type of spiel, right? And if it's a no, then that's it. Then you make the offer. I mean, we could possibly make that offer anyway. Quickly craft one for him and move on. Put something on paper for him, but that's it. Scott, you agree?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we
get far apart. It's hard to make offers when people are so far apart.
Yeah.
Even for you to counter someone that's so far apart, and you're still at retail, right? You have to go that much further.
Yeah, we quoted her at 180 to 195, and she said she would think about it. And yesterday I kind of just let that go, but I wanted to follow up with her today. I'm going to press her a little bit more to.
180, if you wanted to make 10 grand for yourself, you're at 190. You got closing on the property, so you'll probably be closer to 200,000. And then what are you going to do with it? So now you're at 200,000 on the property. You want to sell it to somebody else and give them some equity, right?
Right.
So, I mean, by the time they, close on the property, and get it up and going, I mean, I don't know if it's completely finished. The inside looks good. I don't know what's going on outside. I don't know if that roof's finished or what. It might just be painted on the side there. I don't know. It's like
there's a reasonable property.
Yeah, this thing's up 70 days. Yeah.
Exactly. There's always a reason. If it's sitting 70 days in this market, that's something ain't right.
Yeah. And you can call a local broker there and find out what's going on.
But that's
the house on Richland. See what they say.
Yeah.
I mean, they listed this at 245 earlier this year, and now they're at 225. All right, well, you got it in the right direction.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, calling a broker, I mean, it could be a waste of time, right? This guy's just not that motivated. He's motivated to sell it, but he's willing to wait. He's not going to just give it away. So unless you want to take some now, some later, which again, he's had that offer and he's been on there. What'd you say, 70 days, whatever it is?
Yeah.
He's getting calls going, hey, can we make some payments? No, but still,
If you could find out how much they're into the property for, that could be helpful, right? Maybe you can give them their equity now or a piece of their equity now. You know, maybe you give him a piece of equity now and, you know, payments.
When you say equity, right, you mean like what's he going to walk away with, right? And say, well,
Like, what's he actually have into the property? I don't know if there's a note on it. I don't know if there's a bank on it, right? You know, maybe
Right.
he, you know, got this property, you know, inherited the property. Who knows? It could be free and clear, you know?
right, that's true.
You know, or however he got the property, maybe he did, you know, $15,000, you know, lipstick remodel here, and, you know, he's happy getting 20 grand out of the deal and, you know, just getting this cash out, you know? I just, I just don't know enough information to, you know,
Right.
really ascertain what that is, but, you know, there's a difference between their equity and the property, right? The piece of the property could be owned by the bank, right? Like the seller I was on the phone with, he only has 150 grand of equity, right? Of a $350,000 property. The bank's got the other 200. So really my conversation with him became, well, how can I give you 150? You know, how can we work out that? The other 200, he's never going to say, right? So if you find out really on this property here, you know, what are you into it for? You know, it could make some of your negotiating a little easier.
That makes
Okay.
sense.
Got it.
You know, oh, I'm into this thing for 200 grand and, you know, all the hair on my head, you know, well, you're going to have a tough time getting this guy to, you know, take a lower number, you know, but, you know, if he tells you, oh, I only have 40 grand into the thing, you know, maybe you could work on him.
And to be clear, like when you say all in, you mean, just to clarify for Ricky and everybody. So if they got if they owe 100,000 to the bank and they put in 50, they're in for it plus whatever interest, right? They're in for it 150 plus interest, right?
Well, no, the 100 is still with the bank. The 100 still exists with the bank. He
Got it.
saying
So
the bank put up 100. He's only into it for 50.
Got it. Got it.
Right. The house cost 150 grand. The bank gave 100. He gave 50. So, you know, the bank's got their piece. He only has 50 grand worth of that 150.
Got it.
Got it.
So, you know, that's really the only thing that they're ever going to see. You know, these people ask for these ridiculous numbers, but, you know, sometimes it's just the bank and they just need some cash, you know.
Nice.
There could be monthly payments on this thing. You know, you could find out, you know, if I give you some cash and I just take over the payments.
Yeah, I hear you.
Texas, I think, right? Texas non-disclosure, right? Non-disclosure state.
Yeah, it makes it tough.
Don't do business. That's you know, just like I said, call a local broker if you know you want to go through it, or have another conversation with the seller first before you do, and
Of course.
you know, let them, you know, give them a little pullback, maybe let them know you might not be their buyer, but you know, you might, you know, you work with a couple that might be interested in this, you know, even if I don't close on it myself, you know, would you be willing to, you know, pay me to bring you to the right person, you know, see what they say.
Yeah. Yeah, love it. Beautiful.
All right, well,
All
I'll
right.
catch you guys all in a couple hours. All right. Have
Let's
a
get it.
wonderful and productive day.
Yes, sir.
Hey, thanks for everything, Scott. Have a
Take
good
care,
one.
Ricky. Good to see you, man.
You too.
See you guys. He's down there.